The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host of this podcast are for entertainment purposes only. It is not real, factual, nor are we trying to disrespect anybody else's views, opinions, or beliefs. Let's get into it. Otherwise, Martin John, fitting right?
Hey, but we're just getting our coffee fix early in the morning. We haven't had... Well, it's not that early, actually, in the morning. So I've not
What's
had
the
coffee
time
at
now?
this time. Is
10 past 10.
Nah, it's still early for me though.
It's a sin.
It feels really early for me.
So you're leaving your cappuccino
Calvin
down
only
there.
wakes up at like... You still wake up at 11?
Brother, I wake up at 4:30 every day. What you talking about?
That's a lie from the pit of hell.
Your body is forcing you actually
That's
to...
a lie from the pit of hell. That is-
Umzimba wakho mfosayo.
Guys, don't stop hating because I'm an early bird. What the heck, these guys. 4 a.m. Baba. 4 a.m. I wake up, stretch, start doing a bit of some workouts, and then have breakfast, meditate. Meditate for a good 30 minutes.
Meditate.
Yeah, for
You're
good 30
lying
minutes.
to people, bro. Like
And then-
straight
and then-
lying.
and then-
You're just straight
could have
lying.
believed
to
it.
me,
When
man.
you said-
can I
when you
finish?
said
Can I
meditate.
finish? Let me land.
Okay.
And then I read like a bit of some like books, probably like a few chapters.
A few chapters.
I'm
And
romantic
then-
novels, ne?
Yeah, bro, like fictional, romantic, hey, poetry. Anyway, and then I read the Bible.
This man is lying.
What you mean I'm
straight
lying?
up lying.
What you mean I'm lying?
No, you're out here.
I'm out here like just getting my life
So
together.
you want to stuff
spiritual.
with erotic stuff and then go into the Bible.
Oh my god.
That's
Perfect.
that's when you already. That's when you lost the battle there.
Guys, like people need to like your friends need to. Oh Jesus! Oh, hey man!
There's no Bible.
In the name of
this Bible is
Jesus!
used.
They should just be able to
You can tell this Bible is read. It's used.
In the name of
I
Jesus!
think next time he needs to bring his. If yours doesn't look like
If
that,
yours
that means
looks
you
new,
lie.
like it's straight from Kumbooks.
Literally.
Let me tell you something. Mine doesn't even have a cover.
Wow.
That's how old it is.
Wow.
Also, let's see Pepe Lama walk.
Yeah, shit is. Your mom's Bible's
You know what I
coming.
mean? Your mom's
to the
Bible or
next episode.
something.
Hey, otherwise, guys,
I'm joking. Hey,
we just came back from the biggest weekend for Durban.
Biggest weekend for Durban was that it was your first year anniversary. Ba, 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 ba,
Yeah.
People don't know. Yeah, man,
Definitely.
that's the biggest weekend. That's what
Everybody
You
was
changed our
celebrating.
lives
They didn't
forever.
even know, but they were celebrating.
Yeah, they didn't even know, but they had to host an entire Durban July.
I
for
think,
your
Jeez.
anniversary.
I think this guy purposely put like his wedding date on like
We
Durban
can't
July,
enjoy
so
Durban
he
July
can
now.
so he can remember, so he doesn't forget.
No.
Oh, that's for himself.
Yes,
Yeah,
so he doesn't
No, man. It was
That
just
man
it
brain
was
was
just a
gonna-
perfect day.
man,
It was a perfect day. The weather was great on that day. I think it just worked out pretty well.
And then
Okay,
your
wait,
uncle
wait,
was
wait.
like,
Hey.
his uncle was like, Sanzo,
Bro.
Durban July.
It's
Wednesday."
funny.
Aye,
Like, I
Baba,
thought
no,
you
man.
guys also were going to be like upset when I told you guys the date. You only realized like 2 weeks before that it's going to be the Durban July.
we
Yeah,
honestly
true,
only
actually,
realized
that's
too. It was too late by then. It was like
Then you
when
have
the
people
kids
that
were coming
know.
in. That's when you know that you have a brother.
Yeah,
when you
true.
decline money to go
I think
that's when you're like,
I think at that time I decided not to buy the tickets, to go to Durban July. So I was like, I have to just attend my friends.
Okay, let's just be honest.
Let's be honest,
We've
man.
never attended Durban July. We work at the Durban July. That's what has happened.
Yo,
We
was
make our
exposed.
money during
Was
Durban July.
exposed about it true. Make our money at the
There's
Durban
no
July.
out here we wearing
We
suits
wearing suits.
and all of that.
Hey, we should change that though. We should do that.
Yeah, no.
I don't know
At
if we'll
some
ever
point.
get a chance because this guy is always in honeymooning.
Hey, I'm on Niger.
But
But on a serious note, this is what I realized. If you go to the opposite direction in where everybody's going, things are much more peaceful.
that is so
Things
true.
are also more affordable.
Sure.
There's less chaos. Like when we were
Yeah.
driving to the
Yeah.
Drakensberg, bro, the road was clean.
Yes,
like
yes.
there was not in a lot of vehicles. Like it was a smooth
hectic.
drive. Even coming back because people are going back now to
Oh.
it was
So you
smooth as
swap
well.
out.
We were just seeing traffic, but the journey was quite smooth.
Here in Durban, you're walking around like you don't want to step on matchsticks because you want to drive into the wrong road.
Yeah, but now
When you get to that road,
Yeah.
so you're always either sticking around similar, but there's areas you avoid. Which I'm not going there.
yeah.
I think
I
it's
heard
not a bad
Jay
thing. For the most part-
Gateway was crazy.
Gateway is always
No, it's always.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
yeah,
Like,
Imagine when Joburg is here.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
no.
Jesus. Oh,
Oh,
my God.
ke ne ke gaogela.
Ah!
Emona. Hey, Tumela.
Hi, bro. I didn't say anything, man. I love my
No,
Joburg
no, no,
people.
I did not support that joke.
Guys,
I love my Joburg people.
That is not my joke.
Joke sponsored by.
That joke is Usimpure. Was it Simpure Shambe? No, it was Simpure. I don't get the name wrong because before the comedians bash me. But it was a stand-up comedic joke. He's like,
Oh, yeah. I
He's from
remember.
Durban.
Joburg
Okay,
names
I
sound
know.
like
Cow.
Aye, he's from Durban. He's from Durban.
Oh.
I said those them.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
thought, that's where the Gaugelo joke comes from, guys. It's not me.
Yeah, you must explain yourself to the people.
Yeah, hey.
And then Cotton Fest. That's another thing.
Cotton Fest has been news.
Cotton
in
Fest
KZN.
Durban. Cotton Fest Durban. Why you look surprised?
No,
No.
I am. Like, I don't know what the heck is that.
Did you know?
I know those.
Amanda, you knew Durban Fest Durban or something, right?
Yeah, I knew Cotton Fest Durban because
I didn't.
people have been talking about it, the lineups, etc. But also, I didn't see a lot of post Cotton Fest stuff. Like,
Yeah. I kind of did see like a little bit of the,
But-
a little bit of the stories and
Yeah.
stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And kind of see, because for me, I went there honestly to see our artists. Like I wanted to see your Celestial. I wanted to see your script there.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Breeze. Like I know I'm mentioning
Breeze
people
actually got. I'm liking his new project.
in the
I'm looking
music.
to-
Yeah.
His new music is quite nice. Yeah.
Music is really great.
Back
It's
in
fire.
he's been dancing actually.
But he performance wise, he's been doing really great. Like it
Yeah.
brings a lot of energy. There's a
Yeah.
point where I remember even on Twitter, like people are going crazy about a certain performance that he made. But like I was expecting to see like those kind of people, especially on the main stage.
Especially, yeah, that's actually true.
But it
also
didn't-
because Cotton
didn't
Fest
look
is
like
mainly a hip hop event.
It's not or is?
Mainly is.
Yeah. Although I did see a lot of piano.
No, I'm saying from the foundations of what Cotton Fest has been. Maybe it's evolved over time. I don't know, maybe. But as far as it always came across, as
Yeah, that's why
headline
that's it.
hip-hop
It's local. It's the
first.
fact
Yes.
that there's it's mostly like hip. Even the way that people dress on the day. You can
Yeah,
tell
it's
that's
hip hop.
like-
Yeah,
it's a hip-hop.
basketball and tools, even their merch, the
Yeah.
basketball shorts, the vest, etc. All of that, I would say, falls under the hip hop culture. Okay, then since you went, what?
I didn't go.
Oh.
Wow. That is.
But
Wait,
I was just
some
just
of those
checking.
Durban hip hop guys in the main stages.
I didn't really. Honestly, I didn't see anybody that I feel like is being supported. I need to say this the right way. Obviously, every city has people that they're supporting, and then they want them to be in a specific level,
Yeah.
or to go national, or to go international, because they are our artists.
That's true.
I feel like the people that we are supporting in Durban, that we're saying it's their time now, I feel like they were not given that platform at Cotton Fest. I feel like, yes, just because you were performing at Cotton Fest, there's a difference between performing on the main stage when everybody's there and the lights and the cameras are there, than performing at like 4. You
I
know,
agree. I
when
agree.
everybody's trying to get merged.
I
You know, I mean, like it's great,
Yeah.
but I mean, like it's 2023. Like, who cares about your resume? Who cares about the fact that you're gonna write? I don't know when you're applying for what that you were at Cotton Fest. What people want to see, you will get your next gig when people see that you were on that main stage.
Agreed.
And then they'll go, all right, come through to Cape Town, come through,
Yeah.
you know. But I feel like they just brought. Yeah, they just brought the same old lineup from Joburg. Like for me, that's just how it looked like. Like again, I can't really say not being gecko.
Yeah.
But it looked like that.
But yeah, it really looked like that.
I feel in a way Cotton Fest was a missed opportunity for Durban.
Yeah.
In Durban. Because the other ones, I mean, we can't fault it. Cotton Fest itself is great, so I think we're not speaking against how great the organization is and how great the event is. We're just looking at the opportunities, and I think Uguti, bringing it to Durban might have had some missed opportunities in terms of one, promotion, two, looking at who's up and coming that actually has the chance of popping from Durban.
Yeah.
And then mixing that together with some of the artists that they'll bring down from Joburg. So we're not saying to maybe change the whole lineup and make it just Durban, etc. But
There should be a balance to it.
I think even in the promotion, like
especially
like marketing with Usman Bani coming up from whatever, Guamashu.
Sure.
You know, currently really popping right now in Durban is gonna be at Cotton Fest.
Yeah.
And giving them that push, giving them nice photo shoots.
True.
You know, doing like small clip videos.
Did you know that they had auditions for people to perform at Cotton Fest? So it was like I'm not sure if audition is the right word, but yeah, there was like qualifiers, and knockouts, and then there was a specific winner. Do you know about that?
No.
Wow.
And the finals were held in the warehouse, and I think is it Mosley? Mosley, yo, here we are. Muzi. They're so disappointed.
We apologize. We apologize.
But I think she was the MC also on the day.
Guys, are we on different social media platforms?
I got
the guys. Why? Is the algorithm that bad?
I guess mine is bad.
I think so.
Or maybe it was more community thing, which people in the community got the news and participated.
But the reason why I'm saying this is because the attendance was poor.
Ooh.
I mean, like that was the build up towards Cotton Fest.
Oh yeah.
And the attendance is not that great. And reason being is I feel like people didn't really know about it.
Yeah, I think it was a missed opportunity. I think they just should have, because if you want Durban to pull up, Durban will pull up.
Yeah,
100%.
And also it's Cotton Fest. We always see Cotton Fest, and people want to be a part of that experience.
Yeah.
So I think it's Cotton Fest itself, beautiful. But in terms of marketing it, having your ear on the ground.
Would you say it actually boils down to like the marketing part of side, like that made the thing not to have like?
I think a lot. I think maybe marketing, maybe speaking more to the community, asking the people around, who's popping at the moment, what's happening, and then also not making it as an afterthought event.
True.
Making it as actually putting effort behind. Because it's funny how before event happens, when you speak about that looks like it's going to be, that's because we see effort.
Yeah.
We don't know what the event's going to be like. For all we know, it might be at a dingy place. But if the effort is put and there's a thing, our perception changes. Because then our conversation then when I don't know why, but effort is tangible. When you don't see effort, you can almost be like, hey, but do you think it's going to be dope?
Yeah. But I think also maybe they were bagging on the fact that the brand itself, and I think a lot of people don't understand that Durban is different. Like Durban and Joburg are two different things.
In some good ways, but in some
like
we are really laid back.
Like the people are very different. Like you can't market to us an experience that was in Joburg and feel like we'll say it's dope, but it might not really push us to like even attend that event, unless if you're a huge supporter of the brand. Like I feel like if you're a huge supporter of Cotton Fest, you were definitely there,
But also I think Cotton Fest has a lot of people on the ground in Joburg.
I
think from Mama University, the community is bigger there. Like I feel like I don't know what's the in about, but from a distance looking in, it looks like whenever something's about to happen, they already have a team of people that are like, we'll get the promotion going, our WhatsApp groups, etc., etc. Whereas Lana, there's no soldiers on the ground in Durban.
True.
So that's why I changed the tactic. Find out what's happening. We don't have a foot. Speak to some of the people around. Is there a lot of
culture as well?
Culture.
Like, I think we in the street culture, we're failing to put together the skating, the dance, the graphic designers, graffiti artists, the rappers and musicians. Like we're failing to put that culture together.
But you remember that actually happened in the past. What? You check what?
Mic check. Yeah.
Like almost like those graphics, rappers, dancers.
Yeah.
So that has been done before, but I think we can still put it again.
Yeah, events like that, like big events are supposed to be doing that, because they have the connect.
Yeah.
Then that's how they think grow. But also I'll understand the fact that again it was the biggest weekend for Durban. So there was another event happening. I can't remember the name of it clearly. And it was in a dome.
Hi.
Yay. What is it?
Man, I know the name.
You not on social.
Me, let's be honest.
We can't. Calvin, you are not on social media, bro. Like your last post was probably February on February 2.
No. Calvin is on social media. If you click his search bar, you'll see beautiful girls in soccer.
Oh yeah. True.
And anime.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know it is. Yeah, it is. Just that his interest.
That's what you'll see.
The things that like probably if you ask him what's the latest anime that's coming out.
Yeah. He's gonna tell us. Who's about to be bought by which team?
Yeah. He's gonna tell us. Hang it. What's the biggest news right now in soccer? Who's moving where?
3, 2, 1, go.
Guys, I don't know what you guys want. But yeah. Epic dome.
Yeah, bro. That event, I think that event was probably the highlight for Durban.
To be honest, I think Durban July was great. It always is.
Yeah.
The outfits, etc., great. As an after party, that event.
Is it? Yeah. It was more like an after party, eh?
Okay.
It was DJs. It was mostly DJs.
No, bro.
I know it was epic.
I love Afrotech.
And you played it yesterday.
I was playing Afrotech for Calvin.
Calvin
is looking.
Is it?
This guy was like, Calvin.
Yeah. No, but also, there's a video that's up. I'm gonna find it. Hey, where confetti was just, and that moment of the people.
Yeah.
It literally looked like is it Ibiza or Ibiza? You know, like
these music
festivals.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like that.
I know, I saw that. I was shocked.
Like,
I'm like, hey, bro, what's going on
Did
here?
you see like the lineup of like all such stuff?
Nah, that's the thing. Like, I
Oh,
don't.
it wasn't just like a party or something.
Bro, it looked like a party.
Wait, I'm gonna get this thing.
It looked like a party. Oh, we beg a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it now.
Looked like a party,
We have to speak about it.
It was
properly.
really dope. I won't lie.
It
was really dope. But hey, man, with all the funness and things that are happening in the world and in Durban.
Let me tell
you something.
Legend.
Why would you hit me with that?
But yeah, man, with that being said, like I was actually thinking, and I know this topic has been going around for some time, and it's weird because people are talking about this, but it still wasn't addressed.
Which is?
Was it June? Well, firstly, when I did a little bit of research, it looked like it. Yeah, did you find it?
Before you continue, I want to show Calvin this.
What's the name of it?
Oh my!
It's set up in That's in Durban. What's the name of it?
It's anywhere in your city.
Anywhere in your city, yeah.
Yes.
So they,
It's an Afro House experience.
That's dope name, man.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, I know. That event was sick.
I know this is where
we need to be there.
Yeah, I know that event was sick.
Oh, so wow. This is from Utiche Meloni. I saw the post from him. Like, how did I?
Where's this? Yeah.
I kept driving past during the week, bro.
Well, no, you just see that dome. You're like, what's going on? You're thinking it's got a link to Durban July.
I did.
But
then I realized that I really missed out. Yes. Also, before we go into the next topic, I want to give a huge shout out to, firstly, the Durban July itself and its new sponsors, Hollywood Bets. But also everybody who's been involved in Durban July since its inception because of the tourism, people getting jobs, the hospitality industry, creatives.
Yeah, definitely.
Creatives. Like this year, it was so nice to see so many fellow creatives shooting, producing content at the same time, from a video, photo, just creative direction experts, fashion designers. We could name it, but Durban July moves a whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
And I think for me, especially post-COVID, COVID, I think the one thing about it is that it makes you become grateful for things you had before, but you were just like, But now you're like, shucks, when so many people are able to get an income, because you know what it's like not to have an income. You realize with the whole weekend, everybody who did anything or either from a working, organizing, hosting, I think
Shout out to Tels, man. She actually,
that's beautiful.
She was wearing the Durban July what's, man. She looked amazing, man.
Who's that?
Tels, the girl that we worked with a while back at Zedo skate park.
Oh yeah.
She was doing the whole. She's
Oh,
a
yeah,
content
Tels,
creator as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Oh,
there's a lot.
I saw a few like of the pictures, man.
Reason.
Shout out, man.
Man, all I gotta say is they just gotta open it up a little bit more. Like, obviously, it's great.
No.
It's
I
great.
think that's
It's
part
great.
one. Full stop.
Yeah.
Part two
It's
is
great.
where can we improve?
Open it up a little bit more. Like, I feel like the people that are winning, and that we know that are winning, they shouldn't also be the face and be seen in the Durban July. They should be creating opportunities for other people
to come in.
Yeah, I just feel like that. Like, you hear the same names. Oh, so and so is organizing that. Oh, okay. So and so. Oh, all right. It's like this the same names over and over. But
I think.
But overall, it's a great thing. Like, I think it's
is.
something that's gonna definitely even grow even
But
more.
also, that's a conversation to be had, especially in the Durban, maybe in the KZN climate. We don't know if it happens in the other cities, so that's why I would speak more about our climate.
Not Durban. Like, I think even here, if you're listening to us, most of the things that we're gonna be speaking about is Durban, because I don't think there's no one that's really speaking about Durban. Some people that do speak about Durban are people that are already, that are like, I don't say at the top, but they have their own idea of how they're not seeing it in a different view. I think that's how we are. Like, when we look at it, we're looking at it a different view from also working with other people and different people. So we look at it going, this is great. It also can improve here.
Yeah.
You know?
I think there's a big sense of brewing community. And I keep using that word because you're realizing, Guti, everything is really moving in pockets now because people are wanting like-minded people. Like, if we look at anywhere in your city, if we look at that event, it was full.
Yeah.
But if I have to be completely honest, I would have went, but I actually didn't see any poster, any marketing about it.
That's another
But
thing.
you realize, Guti, there is a community of people, Guti. By the time they say, Guti, this event is coming, people are already there and stuck to it. So I'm saying that to say, Guti, I think podcast platforms like this and there's other Durban Small Business podcasts, etc. There's other people that are trying to create pockets of community so that they can start changing the narrative and have more collaborations rather than people abahlala phezulu and then dictate what this should happen. Whereas everybody else can say, well, it's part of it is great, but there's so much more opportunities that are left on the table.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Also, man, as you can see, we're in a very beautiful place. Amazing venue.
We need to hear that shout out, guys.
Yeah,
like, we haven't actually
we gotta VA Tuxton. Am I saying it right? Yeah, right. VA Tuxton, and it's located here at Durban North, right opposite Getford, upstairs Woolworths. If you are looking for an amazing ring. And a beautiful there's a ring that I'm going to get. And I'm going to show it to you guys pretty soon.
I'm getting a silicone ring today. I need it.
Please come to it. Just say, what up? And then so they can see the face.
The coolest guy ever, man.
Coolest guy ever.
He's the coolest guy.
That doesn't work.
Coolest guy ever, man. So, guys can check it out. And, get your ring here. If you plan on getting married. Or is your market normally married people? I don't think so. Is it?
People getting married. Normally the ladies. You look
No.
for the rings for the husband.
Ladies.
Hey, what the bazaar?
Do the right thing, man.
For a ring for a husband.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
And it's got a touch of colors that I like. Like, you guys know I love brown. So, the hint, finding that color in a ring for me is like, whoa. So, like I said, I already have some plans on where I'm going to get my next ring, which is definitely here. So, next up, I was saying, there's a topic that has been going around.
Lyric, I don't know,
Hey. Dripping forever. So, like I was saying, like there's been topics around in June about the fact that June was Men's Mental Health Month.
I never knew.
Like, honestly, I didn't know about that.
That's exactly what I wanted us to speak about. Is like, why is it that when it comes to stuff that have to do with men that are important, it just I don't know. You just find out that it was happening 2 weeks ago or last month, and then that's it.
If it was,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, when is Women's Month? August.
We already know August.
Yeah,
The whole month of August.
Actually, I feel like
It
it's
went from a
August to
day.
December.
It went from one day, from a day to a month.
We love it though. We love it.
No,
we love
yeah,
it.
we're not
100%.
complaining, man. We're not
Even though we're gonna get like the Women's Month on July 30th, whatever, before we even get to. But anyway,
Bro, the ads are already up. Bro,
Yeah,
is already
but
up.
ads
The,
and
the
everything.
digital campaigns.
Yeah.
When we doing creative strategy now,
My man.
that started in January. Oh, Women's Month.
Bro.
We already have an idea.
Bro, I'm already thinking of choreos for like old women that are women rapping, women singing. All my choreos for August need to make sure they're just for Women's Month.
Then why didn't you do this for the Men's Month?
Eh?
Yeah, why didn't you
No,
do it for the
I'm
Men's
always dancing to stuff
No,
that's
no,
produced.
no, no.
Serious, it's always men music. Like
men music.
This is men music. Welcome to the music. This is how we do it.
Men music.
Oh, God.
It's always men music.
But that's hectic. Like, look at, we shocked that.
Yeah.
last
Bro,
month was,
actually,
mental health.
I didn't know. Like, I didn't know.
it might also be because just when researching just a little bit, it might be that it's also an American thing. But you know how a lot of like holidays or like certain days end up being celebrated internationally.
Sure.
This may have been something that maybe that started in America, but it was talked about throughout like the whole world. And even so, in South Africa, we don't have.
I was about to ask,
We don't
do we
have like a
one?
day like that. Yeah, we
No.
don't. I know last month it was Father's Day. You know, was it last month? Yeah, it was last month.
It's a day.
It's a day.
It's a
Just
day.
one
It's
freaking
a
Sunday.
day.
A couple of hours.
But
It's
also,
gone.
And
but
if you're in
also-
church, you're very lucky because you get celebrated.
No, the reason why sometimes we remember it's Father's Day because of the ads on the telly.
Oh yeah,
So-
selling watches and stuff.
Yeah, apart from that.
But I do think that that holiday should be an international holiday. True. Especially, actually, I was about to say especially in South Africa.
Yeah.
Especially in the whole world, but
True.
more especially in South Africa. Crazy. It's quite sad that it's quite sad that we don't have a focus on that.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's talk about it. In South Africa, what's actually contributing towards men's mental health in a negative way? As in South Africa, what are the things that are really like causing suicide? That's how deep honestly.
We had this conversation briefly with Jason last week, and it's weird because there's a root issue and there's a fruit issue.
Yeah.
And I think often we talk about the fruit issue in society.
Sure.
We talk about what's happening now and what's contributing to it, and I think it's still a valid conversation.
Yeah.
But these things will never go away because we never ever want to speak about the root issue of what's contributing to what's happening now.
Yeah.
So we don't want to speak about ukuthi iqale phi le nto. You know, we wanna. It's like when you look at a tsunami. The reason why you get a tsunami is because somewhere in the middle of the ocean, the plates shift and they collide together. Yeah. Then it causes ripples, until it's so big that by the time it comes to us, it's a huge tsunami.
Yeah.
So for us, there was a ripple as a nation.
Yeah.
And then the ripples continued, and now they're so big that we're focusing on saving the buildings like in front of the tsunami. But no one to talk about there's actually something happening.
It's almost
in the
like
middle of
damage
the ocean.
control.
Yes, but South Africa normally is a damage control country.
100%.
Yeah.
100%,
We don't focus on root
100%.
issue. We focus on damage. Even in the news, we always speak damage control.
True.
But
Do you guys feel like maybe like men overthink or over prioritize certain things that are not supposed to really affect them mentally? Like, I'll give you an example. Like when it comes to relationships, right? Relationships where you'll find that a lot of guys are just stressed about how they'll maintain their partner or maintain that specific relationships because of maybe finance or because other men are doing better than them in the workspace, you know? Like, do you feel like maybe like we tend to overthink? Because I'm gonna be honest, like for example, like there's certain things like maybe I'll tell Undando, like I'll be like, hey, like I really want to get this and that, maybe for you, or and then she'll be like, no, like, why are you stressing so much about that? Like, that doesn't matter to me. Like, I know for you it does, which is amazing, but like, it's not supposed to consume you. I don't want what you're thinking about now because you want to please me to consume you. You know what I mean? Like, do you guys feel like that kind of happens to a lot of men outside?
I think it does, man. Because as like men and guys, you have those responsibilities that are untold that you actually have to take care of, and the mere fact that you actually want to make your significant other like happy, so you feel pressure to actually. Why would you drink my coffee? This guy just drank my goddamn coffee.
I'm sorry.
This guy was like, you know what?
I'm sorry. I took the wrong cup.
Let me just go.
I took the wrong cup.
And then he's like, what is this? Guy, it's not even alcohol. No, it's coffee.
Took the wrong cup.
It's coffee. But as I was saying, like, I think it's because of how we as men have like untold or unsaid like responsibilities that we have to take care of, and the mere fact that you want to please your significant other, and the mere fact that you want to be in control as well. I think that's another thing as men. You want to be in control in every situation. So sometimes you end up putting too much pressure on yourself because of such things.
That's true.
So, yeah.
I think it's true, but it's also a fruit issue. It's a fruit issue. As in South Africa, especially as a person of color, family systems were dismantled for us growing up, given our history. And it was a smart move, sad to say, right? Mm-hmm. For me, it's always sad to say, but it was a smart move. The family system had to be dismantled because if you really want to take over someone's identity, the way they view themselves, their sense of their values, their morals, their beliefs, you have to dismantle their sense of family. If you look at our history, when the settlers arrived, men would be taken away from the families, they'd be raped in front of the families so that they actually don't have any power, and their kids would have to see that, and then they'd get taken away. Then it was just a overall continual dismantling of the family system. Yeah. Because this modern world, sometimes it bites us.
Hey, brother.
It really does bite us because we want to keep moving away from that, only to find Uguti, family was really a beautiful original God design.
Definitely, yeah.
And because of the lack of that, we don't really know, most men, especially of color, we don't really know our identity. We are stotiswanga, by our
and
uncles.
We're not like taught or having conversations.
We're not. Yeah, there's so many beautiful things that when you speak to abantu abadala and they'll tell you, no, we used to do this. I'm like, wow. How many conversations, maybe like 6 months before you got married, or you called by different uncles. I'm not talking about lobola conversations.
It was only when it had to do with lobola. And not like it's meetings that I'll probably have to call. Yeah. But it had to deal with leading towards.
So you can already, for me, wedding. In a way that's already quite sad. Yeah. You have to get a driver's license to drive a car. True. But to make the biggest decision of your life of getting married, there's not a lot of, besides like the church system, etc. There's not a lot of people about visa in the community or your own because one, we don't have them. Yeah. That's the first problem is there. They're not there. So they're not there to say, okay, Mfana, just like how you get a license for this and just how you're going to do this. These are some things we can help you to stay. Every marriage is different, but these things we've learned over the years, Uguti. Mfana. Then even in your first year, check up, hey, Mfana, come by. Yeah. How's it going? You remember when this is what you're facing. No, try this, etc.
At the moment, it's like trial and error. Yeah.
Thankfully we have about the
I really like for me, one thing I've really learned is that it's really important to have someone that has done something before you. Yeah. Or that has some kind of wisdom behind something. And it would be great, like it would be amazing if it's someone that's a family, or if it's your father, or if it's an uncle, But due to just how messed up things are for some people, not everybody, but for some people, you have to find that outside. and which is a mission. But because you're trying to move forward with your life, and you want to be a man that's accountable. You want to be a man that's going to be there and that's going to be a leader.
Sorry, just to add on that, and the fact that you're trying to break a curse as well.
Yeah.
Remember, like, if you don't have that kind of foundation, you want to be the first to like, I want to break this.
Yeah.
And obviously, a whole lot of pressure will come with that as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you have no choice but to actually look for people like that can actually assist you.
Yeah.
And I mean, as a man, I know that's definitely hard to get to a point where you go, I need help in a certain area. I need assistance.
Yeah.
I need your view on how I should treat my friends or my wife or.
But why is
like,
that hard?
I think it's a guy thing. Like
I think it's a guy thing, but I think it's a learned behavior.
True. Yeah.
I think it's a learned behavior. Like I look at, man, I've seen people that have mom, dad, beautiful, loving family. The way that they perceive life is different. It's a guy thing, yes. It's not always going to be easy, but it's easier for them. I've heard of guys. Hey, Baba, hey,
and that's an amazing thing, man.
That's what I'm trying to say.
To be able to just call
to
call your dad or someone and go and literally speak about that problem that you have.
Sometimes not even a deep problem because they're that close.
Yeah, true. Something went off.
So I heard it sound click.
But at least that's all.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not even a deep problem. Sometimes it's like you just call your dad for that. It's like, we're going cycling this weekend, whatever. No. So I think yes. I think generally as men, that's why we need helpers and because we are generally more closed off and But for us, it's learned behavior.
Here's a quick question. With that, like when it comes to like being able to call your dad and say so and so, but like question is, why is it that we do not normalize like having conversations about relationships, especially like for like black people or people of color? Like, why don't we like sit down and have like a conversation about relationships, about like, you know, like how to take on like a wife, like proper having a girlfriend? That we don't have those. I never had that, to be quite honest. Cause like it's kind of like one of those where I won't say like you don't have a good relationship. You have a good relationship, but those kind of topics, it's kind of like you're scared to even.
It's also because of how I feel like they grew up. They never had that as well.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Which it goes back to the roots.
Yeah, they never had that as well.
Yeah, we talk in Durban. We talk about the fruits, and I think it's important because then it starts the conversation. And that's why I always say we're not going to build Rome in one day.
Yeah.
But at least talking and having this conversation and someone else having another is at least sparking something. And someone might watch and be like, do I fall under that? Don't I? Hey, what can I change? At least someone who can have introspection after hearing the conversation. But we're not going to build Rome in one day unless we have more conversations.
Our ghost man Jason has something to say. We're saying ghost man because you don't have a mic.
Ghost Jason.
I 100% agree. And funny, also, like, we also, like us being the Vitaks, we, same story, hey? You said it's like, you guys, we have the same story, identity.
Yeah.
What we hear in church a lot is trying to figure out who our identity
is.
Yes.
The men are supposed to say like the Afrikaans. Like, you don't cry. Cowboys don't cry.
Hey. You don't cry. Yeah, that's a huge thing.
You see that? Don't cry. You see that? Don't cry. It's very dangerous.
And you know, like Angus Buchan was saying, he says the family breakups is where what happens. Like, you want to find out how to date a girl. You speak to your mom about that girl. Now, where there's no mom, you don't know what you know.
Yeah.
Dad, and just say, Dad, what can I put money into a savings account or a check account?
Yeah.
You know, those simple things.
True.
Yes.
And also, if you're a boy and you've got a mom who's, I'm talking about good parents.
Yeah.
Parents.
Yeah.
They can, the mom will bring a gentler side to the man. So if you've got a mom who loves you, you automatically are a gentler boy because you understand the nurturing side of a woman.
Yeah.
True.
Cause I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I can't imagine myself doing this.
Or telling your dad.
Yeah, man. Hey, like it's not that I'm gonna be in trouble or anything, but like I can't put myself in that situation where I can actually.
The relationship also is not like that.
Exactly.
Guys,
We're close, but it's not.
To bring a bit of context, our ghost man was just speaking about Tuguti in white families. They also sometimes have those challenges, right?
Yeah.
That it's not always. Yeah. But to be honest, from the outside in, I see more happy white families with the mom and dad, and I honestly didn't think that sometimes you'd have the same challenges as us as far as identity, etc. is concerned.
There is less of us in South Africa. That's why.
Okay.
Look at America. What's breaking up England? What's breaking up? It's the family units that are broken apart.
Okay.
It's much more vital in America.
True.
Yeah. Because that's what like who's this guy Omar Johnson would actually talk about the father. He says like in America the main problem for what's happening that's because the households don't have fathers. Most of them are in prison.
Yeah.
And most of them are separated, and obviously you know how the family dynamics and whatnot. But usually it's because there's no fathers in the house.
That's hectic. So Ghostman was just saying that in South Africa, that's what it looks like. It looks like that to us because there's obviously.
Look at that.
Because
my mom and dad were gone.
Yeah, man, you see. Yeah, I know. Yeah, literally. It happened.
And Ghostman is a great father. Father of 2 sons.
But you see, like I feel like this is something we'll probably also have to bring back, where now we can speak on like solutions as to, okay, what do you do at that point? Like if you're a man and let's say you've tried building a strong relationship with your dad, and you love your dad, like this.
You
really love him,
really love
but
dad.
maybe where you want to go with your life, because you get to a point in your life where you go, all right, my dad is an amazing person. He does have his flaws as well.
Yes.
But also the kind of man that I want to be is maybe like this. Yeah. And he can't really assist me in that area, you know? So now the question is, what do you do then? Who do you go to? How do you find those kind of people to mentor you on those certain areas?
That's when community kicks in. Because at least if you know you're part of a community that's a safe space, you can at least identify a mundo that you can maybe find the courage to walk up to.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Babus Wanban, I need help here. Yeah. So, for example, church is a community for other people. Soccer, your coach might be that for other people.
Pastor Bradley,
I was about to say, it would be so cool to have Pastor Bradley and Jason maybe sit down. And
we're inviting you, Pastor B.
You gotta meet this man, but it'll be. I think it'll be a great conversation that we'll have on that day,
but
man.
It does have to be solutions, because if I look at the general maybe man in South Africa, I'm trying to think, Uguti, if they really are going through the most, how many of them actually have somebody they can go open up to, trust, and know Uguti they have the wisdom to help them through it. And the suicide stats I think are actually quite scary.
Yeah.
The suicide stats in South Africa.
Is it because maybe we chasing money, or are we chasing? This is me just highlighting 2 points. It might not be it, but are we chasing like finance and money, or are we chasing to be content and happy?
I can't say you're chasing, but I would say it's the pressures of actually obtaining those things.
I think it's the lack of family has distorted the vision between man and woman. I can't speak for all the other doza, but that's the structure I know. And what's happened is the expectation of a woman is based on for lack of a better word, on dysfunctional or non-existence of a family, which has also distorted the idea of what a man should be and what they should provide and how they should live. So put together, I think that's where the content and the money and the happiness comes in, because our vision of what we're going after has been dismantled. Yeah. So we're running around in circles and things that will never satisfy us. Because on one, women now say, I'm looking for this type of man. I want a man who has this, da. Like, I look at these dating shows, most of the time when they ask, what type of a guy are you looking for? I want a tall man who has a car, who has money, nani.
I'll showcase you out of frame now on the camera.
Yeah, that's how tall it is. But, when I listen to them, it's very seldom you hear a woman saying, actually, I want a man who loves God, a man who has integrity, a man who can value me, a man who can listen to me. So already we're running.
But I blame the men. It's because
no, definitely.
Like women have not all. Well, actually, all do have a standard. Yeah. But in terms of the world standard that has been created now, a specific group of women have created that certain standard that allows even a teenage girl to go, yeah, that's my standard too. Yeah. But as for men haven't said, yo, this is our standard. Because if you start seeing yourself also as a king and you decide to let's not even speak about marriage, date somebody, then you as a man, as a king, if you have certain standards, that's beyond beauty. That's when the game, I feel like, is going to start changing now.
We messed up the game in the beginning.
Yeah.
We the ones that messed up the whole... when this whole family systems got dismantled, we are the ones that gave ideas of, no, this is how we're going to do things or whatever. Now that it's coming back to bite us, we want to blame the woman. No, you can't find a good woman now because women want this and that. No, it's because we were the baseline and we were supposed to hold the fort, and we didn't hold the fort.
Hey man,
I can give you this and that,
bro,
and that.
Like
and
I
that.
really hope that there could be like a generation, maybe not a generation, but just a group of men that'll raise the bar, and it's not to like. I'm not trying to like speak down on women or anything like that, but I'm actually trying to uplift men as well. Where there's some amazing guys out here, man, like that are doing great stuff, and for them to be sometimes played by by women out here. I look at this, I'm like, hey, what's going on out here, man?
What's going on here?
Man, hey man, anyway, that's also like I feel like another topic we can always really dive into, and I'd love to hear like people's views on this.
We need to dive on that one because I had a conversation with one young lady about those kind of things.
Yeah,
a long conversation, and man,
I think we have to bring both sides.
You have to bring both sides.
We have to bring both sides.
You have to bring both sides
and sit down and actually have this discussion.
But also, I think an overall community has to be brought about so that when people are looking to intermingle and date, they know I can at least, I'm not going to find someone perfect here, but it's maybe a better chance. Well, because the way it's been happening, we just have to amplify. I think the people that are doing great don't amplify their volumes. I think sometimes I was listening to gosh, I forget his name. He has a podcast online. He's from International. They were on his case. Why do you post up when you give a tip at the $10,000? If you're supposed to be doing this, then you're supposed to be doing this out of charity, and you shouldn't be posting that you took this many blankets to a place. No. And it's like, that view sounds very valid and righteous, right?
Yeah.
It does. If you're doing out of Lantuza, and his experience, it sounds very valid and righteous. But his thing was that I'm not posting people's faces and making them dignify them. But the one reason why he does, because at some point he never used to do it. He's a millionaire. He never used to do it. The reason why he does is because he wants to turn the volume up, not for the whole world, for the other person that's going to be inspired to say, I have the money to buy 1,000 blankets. Yeah. Let me also do it. Yeah. So his perspective changed. Often people that do good, they don't turn the volume up on what they do so that it can be infectious. So what ends up happening on social media is that everybody, if you go on Twitter right now in South Africa, the volume is turned up on everything that is nonsense.
True.
But the volume won't be turned up on Umuntu who went to 10 orphanages and maybe said, guys, I'm going to pay for your education until matric or until university because we feel it's shameful or anything of that sort. So
100%.
Yeah, so I think that's the challenge. That's the challenge. So Yeah, I think we just need to turn the volume up on the things that we're doing and in the communities that are upcoming.
Nah, let's do that, man. I
blame the guys that took the girls to mimos back then.
Who?
They didn't take them for coffee. They just took them for mimos. They just took them to mimos. And they started paying all those
Mimos.
bills. Mimos, Suncoast. I blame those guys. We wouldn't be in this situation right now.
Man, I'm sure, man, you agree with me on this. I thought now, Kevin, you would agree.
I feel like
I don't trust
I don't think
Calvin.
I would.
Wait,
Okay.
listen. First date, if you're a man, if you want to take a girl out, first date
Yeah.
should always be a cup of coffee.
100%.
Has to be coffee.
100%.
I spoke about this on one of the videos. Sorry, again, small detour. It was a podcast. I'm trying to be quick. Stephen and was speaking to one of the world's best dating experts, right? But you know what I loved? I loved Uguti, they broke this down. Uguti, why going on a first date in the form of a coffee, a walk on the beach, or something just very light is better.
Yeah.
And we've seen more results in that than people that go on a first date, especially overseas, for dinner.
Yeah.
Uguti, one, what happens is before you even meet the person, when you want to go for dinner, the investment is already too high.
Yeah.
So your return on your investment is already too high.
As in, man, let's stop there. You know why? That's this. We're gonna go to episode 100.
I
think that's literally a whole nother episode that we can actually indulge in and go deep. Yeah, go deep into it, man. Like I got
mental health, man.
No.
What's our takeaway on the men's mental health? What's
our takeaway is that
how does this
no one
conversation
cared. that's no one really spoke about this.
We need to just band together.
Yeah.
And just talk about stuff.
But I think also it's what we also spoke about in our last episode on friendship, the friendship episode. Is that yes, like the cards that we've been given as men, South African men, it's hard to move around with it.
Yeah.
But if you're in a right circle, in a right community, with the right people, and you are a person and you're able to actually share and speak how you feel and speak about certain challenges, it could affect your mental health positively.
Yeah.
And you could be someone that will help also the next young person as well. So I think community is very, very important, especially for
word
men.
of the decade, guys.
Yeah.
I've been saying community. Also, guys, to any man, especially who's watching this and you're going through something, either sometimes we think, Uguti, it has to get to extreme bad before you actually start contacting people.
Yeah.
It can be stress, anxiety, financial problems, relationships, things creeping up on you that you went through in your childhood.
Sorry, quick one. Remember when I called you a while back when I had some anxiety, what? I think this was during like COVID or something.
Yeah.
Right? I think it was like around, I think we just got out of COVID or something. And my brother was like, hey, brother, just walk out, just take a walk, do some breathing techniques. Because literally, those kind of pressures actually get to you as well.
They do. But how grateful are you, Uguti, we have?
Bro,
Yeah.
exactly. I was able to say, yo, listen, man.
But for somebody else, guys, who's watching this, one, try and find a circle of or a person that you feel you can trust. Sure. Two, look for community leaders or abantu cola that you can just reach out to. You'd be shocked, Uguti, how much people are willing to listen and help. Especially with things that you feel are shameful or things that you'd be shocked, Uguti. You'd reach out to Babu Swanban and be like, hey, this is what I'm going through. You'd be shocked.
And sometimes you think you are alone in that.
Yeah.
God, there's so many people that are going through the same thing that you're going through.
100%. If you can afford a counseling or any form of therapy and you don't want to speak to somebody, Omaziyo, because
therapy
you feel like
for
whatever.
men. Oh my God. That is
Guys, go.
Oh
and last point, there's free, look up SADC. Gosh, I need to get these other numbers. But there are free, toll-free numbers where you can actually call people and you can have a conversation with them. My thing is just start a conversation with just one person. That alone, it might not be a big solve, but that weight off your shoulder, because sometimes it's heavy.
Yeah. Amen. Shout out to Ungo Bile Mapumo.
I'm educated.
Because I can tell your wife is educating you so well on this topic, man, and it's amazing. Yo, I've known you for years. I didn't even.
I'm learning.
But you usually never speak like this, man.
I'm learning.
Shout out to the wife, man. Shout out to the wife.
To be honest, I got overexposed as to what's really happening.
That's good.
And I think that forced me to open my eyes. To be honest, that's what happened. It's
Nah,
just,
man, that's
you
amazing.
look at what's happening and she comes back and she'll tell you things you're like, it's bad.
Yeah. Nah,
At a
man.
distance, you're like, I know it's bad.
But
When
now you
somebody
like,
says that,
now you
they're like,
realize.
No, it's bad. So now, yeah, at least sometimes I'm not trained in that. But if there's
But at
resources
least now
that
you
can
know
give,
you have information as
And
to
it's good to
how
have
people
those
can.
conversations.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah, man. Guys, it's been amazing. Like I had said, this podcast is for you. You kind of going to stir up the direction in which this podcast is going to go. If you love this episode and you enjoyed it, please hit us up. Let us know. Let us know even what you want to hear about. Like, as you can feel, as you can tell, the feel here is very guyish. But we're not saying that it's only for men. Like, it's even women, if you're tuning in.
It would be nice to have.
Yeah.
No.
Asanda is coming through, man.
Nice, yeah.
Asanda is coming
Sure,
through.
maybe a ghost man. I'm going to chill with the mic.
Gonna be the
What do you think about this?
Exactly.
Shout out to Mac G and the ghost lady.
My
You know that you,
podcast
you know,
will be
it's from
haunted.
you guys, but
This podcast will be haunted. God, there were so many ghost men.
We should
that
just
we-
have a haunted corner.
haunted corner.
That's where people just talk. But yeah, man, you guys can stir it up. Tell us which direction you want us to go to. It's literally like I said, there's gonna be dance. Everyone knows before dance, but there's gonna be still gonna be more topics on dance, but also lifestyle. When we say lifestyle, this is what we're talking about. All right. Otherwise, it's been great, guys. I know again in more next week. We friends, like we close friends, but we only seeing each other once. Once a
These
week.
guys are always busy, by the
Once a
way, and
week.
I'm always the one that's always calling them. Hey, guys, we need
Oh
to
yeah,
meet
by the
up."
way,
That's
I saw-
what we need to-
That's
like
something we
every
didn't speak
time.
about in the last topic.
What's that?
The evolution of long-term friends.
Oh, what eventually happens?
Just the evolution. What it takes to keep a long-term friendship. Like we spoke about just the
Yeah.
history of our friendship.
Yeah.
But I feel that is a very good topic, Uguti.
100%.
Actually, any friendship that you see worthy of keeping for the next whatever long term,
Yeah.
the evolutions that come with it.
Yeah,
Very true.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think that's
I think we'll
that's
touch on
interesting.
that one.
Very let's say pants on calendar. We just write it down.
But I'm the glue of this.
Never.
If you're just wondering.
Never.
Because I'm always the one trying to get us together. These guys are always busy. Every time.
As I actually wanted to like defend myself, but
wanna-
I couldn't
you
even lie.
Yeah?
Because I want to defend myself. Hi, Takalani says you played. Thank you very much. I was hoping that we'll have an episode where your
That's
ringtone
why,
goes
God
off.
damn ringtone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Otherwise, we out.
Hey, man.
Kumnandi.
Kumnandi God.